Okay, today is November the 14th, 2018, and right now at 11:30 a.m. we have a temperature of 70 degrees here in the foothills. The relative humidity is around 14%, very dry, and the barometric pressure is up at 30.08. That's down. Yesterday we had a pressure of 30.17, and that was installed. That high pressure had been installed to prevent the precipitation. We had high pressure installed as well as a lot of chemtrail spraying. If we look at the SSEC water vapor map, this loop here dates back. This goes back about 24 hours, and we have some dead frames. We'll just have to contend with that. But as we can see, this giant frontal system moved right through California yesterday. We can see this huge water vapor frontal system with water vapor, just a river of water basically. Didn't drop any rain in California, and so we see that it has moved through right here. If we look at the IntelliCast Doppler map, we see there's zero rain. This is what it's looked like for the last several days. Since last Thursday, we've got just zero rain. There's a tiny amount in Oregon and some in Washington, but nothing down in California. So when we look at the water vapor map here for the Northeast Pacific, we see two systems. We've got this weather system here. This is not listed on the surface analysis map. This is a storm right up here, 990 millibar storm system just north of the Hawaiian Islands, swinging down. But this thing right here, this should be a rainmaker. And we see what's happening here. We've got high pressure being installed right here, and that's going to block. This is all man-made, by the way. None of this is natural. This will not be shown on the television news, and there's a reason for that. The mainstream media is peddling the global warming argument. They're pushing that, and while they're doing that, they're not showing their viewers these satellite maps and the pressure maps and the jet stream map. None of that's being shown because this here is completely unnatural. It's a man-made high-pressure situation, just like we saw in the previous videos. Here in the western U.S. water vapor loop, we can see that we've got partial jet stream flow right here. That is going to be stopped. We can see this thing filling out. We've got clear skies currently over the Los Angeles area. Last night we had chemtrails going well into the night being sprayed. All day yesterday we were blanketed with the chemtrail aerosols, and that prevented the rain, prevented the precipitation process. And right here in the infrared map, we see that huge moisture field that moved through yesterday, last night, and tonight, or well, last night and today. Here's the southwest water vapor map. We see that moisture field moving through. Didn't drop one drop of rain. Nothing. Zero. No rain. Okay, so we've got the surface analysis map, and this is that storm that's just right north of the Hawaiian Islands right here. This is a 990 millibar storm. And then we have something right down here which is heading right towards the state of California. We can see a trough indicated. We see high pressure is installed, and that is going to prevent and disrupt that system's path. Right here, we can see that being installed right here. This is a completely unnatural situation. Looking at the SSEC water vapor map, we should have had probably 4 inches of rain in California from this pattern right here, swinging down, and nothing. And so the politicians are ignoring this. They're going along to get along. They're just going along to get along. Here's the pressure maps. We can see the surface pressure map. A lot of squiggly isobars here. That indicates manipulation. These satellite transmitters that are installing high pressure that we just looked at are disrupting the pressure at the surface level. So we've got a surface map here that's from 0 to 18,000 feet, And these isobars indicate varying degrees of high and low pressure all mixed together. That's why there's squiggly lines. Isobars should never look like this. They should look just like what we're seeing out here, very smooth and very gradual curves, nothing like what we're seeing down here. So this is really smoking gun evidence of what's going on with these satellite transmitters, and also the ground transmitters. Those WSR 88Ds generate microwave energy, and they evaporate the moisture in the atmosphere, and that's what causes those pie-shaped cutouts we see in the Doppler map. Looking at the 500 millibar, we see some manipulation here. These jaggies right over California. Once again, high pressure is being installed. We've got this weather system right here moving in. We should have had 3 to 4 inches from that front that just moved through right here. And then we have more moisture moving in, trying to move in. You see the low indicated right down here. But that's going to be blocked by this area of high pressure that we just were looking at right here. That is causing those squiggly isobars. So we know that there is manipulation going on. None of this is being reported. Jerry Brown thinks this is all just, this is the new abnormal, he calls it. That's what the new abnormal. And that's the best that we get from the California governor. I think that stinks. He should be removed. And this Gavin Newsom dingbat, he doesn't know what's going on. He's a youngster, walks around with his shirt half unbuttoned, like he's some kind of a star. Do we think he knows anything about what's going on? I doubt it. So this is the 500 millibar. We've got the 300 millibar map, and we see the jaggies right here. We can see the low pressure indicated right down here moving in. And once again, here's the Doppler map. We've got zero rain. There should be rain out in this area from that frontal system moving through. We can see that moving right into Arizona. But there is zero rain in Arizona. So this is criminal manipulation of our weather. The weather.com app has changed its forecast a couple of times now. Early yesterday morning, the forecast was for rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then that changed to Wednesday and Thursday, and now we have a forecast. Today's forecast from weather.com is for possible rain on Friday here in the Southern California area. So there are a lot of people involved in this cover-up. We have all the mainstream media, including ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, fake news CNN, fake news MSNBC. All these outfits are fake news. They are not reporting the weather, and instead we get cartoon weather, cartoon animated weather, and this is just really criminal, and something has to be done about it. We have to hold these people accountable. First of all, I would say that we need more engineering people in politics. That's probably not going to happen real soon, but we need engineering consultants, outside people that are not on the federal payroll. The scientists that are working working with the climate change projects in the government, those federal scientists have a political agenda. They've been basically forced to say that CO2 is the cause. And so that is a distraction. CO2 has nothing to do with the manipulation that I've been pointing out in these videos for the last 3 years. If you look in the playlist, there are some examples of storms that have gigantic right angle imprints. That's about the best evidence we're ever going to see of how these satellite transmitters destroy storms and break down the frontal system from winding back into the vortex. But right here is what's on the menu today. We suddenly have clear skies after a day of very heavy chemtrail spraying. Chemtrails are sprayed over the incoming moisture, and that prevents the lift in the atmosphere. we have to have two things for precipitation to occur, rain. Two things. We have to have lift in the atmosphere, and we have to have moisture in the atmosphere. So we've got the moisture moving in right here, but the lift has been taken away. They've sprayed the chemtrails are sprayed over. That stops the lift, causes a capping inversion layer, and and also the chemtrail mix is a desiccant. It contains aluminum nanoparticulate. Now, if you look at the on my channel, I've subscribed to J. Marvin Herndon, I believe is his last name. And if you look at his website, he's got a lot of research on the breakdown of what's actually in these chemtrails, these aerosols that are sprayed by the specially equipped jets. Read through that, and you'll find a very scientific breakdown. A laboratory performed an analysis on a outdoor HEPA filter, and all that information is on his website. Chemtrails are a desiccant. They lower the relative humidity because they absorb water vapor. That's what a desiccant is. Desiccants are put into sensitive electronic devices. If you purchase, for example, a hard disk drive, and you open that up, you'll find a little packet in there which absorbs the water vapor, the humidity during the packaging process. Of course, we know that water vapor will disrupt and cause damage to electronics over a long period of time. And so that is why those desiccants are packaged. Well, the same thing is being sprayed in the skies. And we noticed that after the chemtrails had been sprayed, the humidity drops significantly about an hour and a half after. So right here we see what's happened. That's the chemtrails prevented this area of water vapor from delivering precipitation. All right. And once again, we see the 24-hour loop. We can see that giant frontal system, which brought zero rain, put out those fires. And yet we're being told that maybe someday next week, we should expect to see some rain. So this really needs to be looked at by some people in power. I hope Trump can do something about this. I'm tired of talking about politics on the channel. We need to focus on the weather and the people that are behind this. So there it is. Just leave it right here, and we'll do another one later. That's it.